comes a highwaywoman. She comes with music for your soul, and then moves along. She moves along.
If you're just joining us, this is Bridget London, and welcome back to the Highwaywoman Radio Show, coming at you live from Nashville, Tennessee. Well, recorded live, that is. I'm really excited to bring you my special guest that I have, and later on I have another special guest and a treat. But right now I'm going to talk to you about Mr. Joshua Morningstar. He hails from Maryland, and Josh was in town doing some shows. We did a show together last night at the National Underground in Nashville, our Americana Outlaw series we do every week. And I've been familiar with Josh now for a little while. I've been listening to his music. I fell in love with it. And after hearing him live, we're going to have him do some live cuts. You're going to fall in love with it too. So with no further ado, hey Josh.
Hello, Miss Bridget.
So let's see, how are you enjoying your short trip here to Nashville so far?
I love it down here, the history and all the people. Everybody's so nice, and it's great to be here. Thank you for having me. I'll try to speak up a little bit.
That's right. So now you're headed out. We're going to do a festival this weekend. You're playing that. What day are you playing the Outlaws Not Cons festival?
Well, I have a set on Sunday. I'm doing a set, but throughout the weekend, from what I understand, the last I heard, I'll be introducing each band and doing a song or two in between them as my one-man band set up.
Beautiful, beautiful. So now you've got a record that you just brought me. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this? What's the name of it?
It's called From the Top to the Bottle. Put it out myself. It's actually an EP. There's 6 songs on it. 5 of them are with my band, the 30s, and then the last song is a song that I do as my one-man band setup. And it's a little different than the rest of the record, but it's fun.
Cool. All right. So why don't you tell me a little bit, before we feature some stuff from that, why don't you tell me a little bit about your background now? With the reason why I'm drawn to your music is there's such a purity from the soul in it, and kind of comes from, I think, using music maybe to get through the hard points in life. Who's kind of done that for you musically growing up? Who are your heroes, I guess?
Well, my 3 biggest ones are probably Lefty Frizzell, Keith Whitley, and Hank Sr. Pretty standard for everybody. Growing up, I was into a bunch of different kind of music. I'm ADD, and so I was
really?
Yeah,
no.
yeah, really. But I was ADD, and I'm all over the place. I was kind of. I would hang out with my grandfather a lot, and I got real into like Webb Pierce and Farron Young and all those old kind of guys because that's what he listened to. And then listening to that, started to get into some other stuff, and that's where the Hank and Lefty and all that kind of stuff came in. But then I was also real into hip hop as a kid, so go figure.
So how old are you, Josh?
I'm 30 years old.
30 years old. All right. And now with all the stuff that's happening with you, with making this new EP and getting out on the road, it seems like you really have found your sound, where you belong.
Well, I appreciate that. It was a rough ride for a while, but I'm happy to be here and honored to be here. And like I said, this is a bucket list item. I've always wanted to be on your show, so thank you.
Well, I've wanted to have you on, so it goes both ways. And I'm excited that you're here in person. A lot of times I interview people over the phone, so I'm going to take full advantage of that right now.
Sounds
and
good.
Ask you if you would sing us a song.
Of course.
Would you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
What would you like to do for us?
The first song I'll do is called The Whiskey Ain't Working. It's a song I wrote a long time ago before I got clean. So yeah, it's called The Whiskey Ain't Working. I sit here alone in this run-down bar, drinking as you left me today, and I'll keep on going till they kick me out. I go home, find you're still way. Now whiskey ain't working like it used to. The smoke don't help like I wish. Cocaine won't take you off of my brain, no matter how high I get. Drops of whiskey ain't working like it did. Now that you're gone, your memory is all I had. When I think of you, I go insane. Sometimes when I'm drunk and I come stumbling home, I wake up the neighborhood calling your name. Now the whiskey ain't working like it used to, and the smoke don't help like I wish. Cocaine won't take you off of my brain, no matter how high I get. Drops of whiskey ain't working like it did. Now that you're gone, well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Don't you like the Highwaywoman Studios here?
I do. They sound awesome.
That was just beautiful, Josh. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So why don't we feature a cut from the EP you brought me? You want to pick a track for us to play?
Sure.
What would you like to play? You want to tell us a little bit about the song?
Sure. Song called From the Top to the Bottle. It's the title track. This is another slow song. I promise not all the songs are slow, but this one is. It's just your, typical country drinking song. So
We like that. We're ready.
All right.
We'll roll it.
I had everything a man could ever ask for. A good job and a good woman at home. Now I'm down and out, drowning out my past, 'cause of your happy while I'm sinking like a stone. And I've fallen from the top to the bottom. I heard hard liquor is a heartache quicker, so mister put it in my cup. And I've fallen from the top to the bottom. I'm so far down that I've given up. She don't love me any longer. Since she left, I never crossed her mind. barcade. Oh, be something stronger to help forget the love she left behind. Did I falling from the top to the bottom? Well, I heard harlequin's a heartache quicker, so Mister put it in my cup. Did I falling from the top to the bottom? I'm so far down that I've given up, and I've fallen from the top to the bottom. I'm so far down that I've given up. Something like that.
Yeah.
Mess it up a little bit if you get
Woo! Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful, man. So, Josh, when did you start writing songs?
I wrote my first song when I was 9 years old, and it was called "School I Don't Like It."
That might have been a hit.
No, I think it was. Listening to the radio now, it could have been.
That's right.
Yeah.
And who are you? You said you listened to a lot of different people growing up, even some hip hop and such. What do you think it is about roots country or whatever anybody wants to call it now, Ameripolitan? I mean, it's hard to even call country music country when you meet people and you tell them you play country music today. A lot of people think Tim McGraw and that kind of music's fine, but it's a whole different ball game than. What do you think it is about this music? Is it a connection to the feeling that you relate to?
There's a quote on the outside of the Country Music Hall of Fame by Hank Sr., and I think it sums it up better than anything. It says, people ask me what it is about our kind of music. I can answer that in one question or one word: sincerity. And that's the thing about the underground roots scene nowadays, is that's where you get the sincerity that's lacking on the radio. If there's one thing I can say about every artist that does this kind of music, regardless of whether, everybody has different tastes in music, but regardless of whether I'm a fan of their music or not, everybody in this whole scene is sincere, and they're, putting themselves out there, and that's what I think is so special about it, the sincerity behind it.
Right. I think you can't do the things that we do and live the way we do if it isn't who you are, because it's, the benefits that we get are not like what the rest of the world would see. You know what I mean by that?
I know exactly what you mean. I saw a funny thing sometime, or a while ago, sorry. I don't remember if it was a sticker or, one of those things on Facebook, but it said, a musician will drive 500 miles for $150 to play in front of 50 people for the love of it.
Right.
And not everybody can do that,
Right.
And there's been nights where it's been many more miles than 500 for much less pay than 150 and way fewer people. Or,
Right.
Way less pay than 150 and way fewer than 50 people there. But, we as musicians and songwriters and, just people in general live for that little bit of time when you're on stage and everything's clicking and the crowd's into it. People, that's magic, and that's
right.
what keeps me going, at least.
The connection.
Exactly.
Connection.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's do a little more connecting. Can I get you to do one more song?
Sure.
Why don't you pick one?
Does it have to be mine, or can I
You
do
can
somebody
play
else's
whatever
song?
you're feeling.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
Well, I'm a big Keith Whitley fan.
I was hoping you'd do that. Because you feel my mental projection.
Yeah. This is a this is a Keith Whitley song. Now, Keith Whitley's not the writer of it. He unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to record very many songs that he had written, but it's his voice and his style of music that draws me into him. And this is a song that he recorded that never really got the popularity that it should have. It's called Charlottesville, North Carolina. Well, I watched a taxi take her away. Through the window she was waving goodbye. There wasn't much left to say. Her last I love you was a lie. Did she leave me for somebody else? Just leave me behind. All she left me was by myself. And if that plane arrives on time, Charlotte to North Carolina, back where she wanted to be. Charlotte to North Carolina, and left me here in St. Louis, Missouri. Now I was kinda hoping she'd call to let me know she made it okay. Now that phone's driving me up a wall. It hadn't rung all day. I hope she found what she's looking for. It's all that matters to me. 'Cause all it cost me was my heart to set my sweet Charlotte free. Charlotte to North Carolina, back where she wanted to be. Charlotte to North Carolina, left me here in St. Louis, Missouri. Charlotte to North Carolina, back where she wanted to be. Charlotte to North Carolina, left me here in St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Where can people find out all about you, Josh?
My website is joshmorningstar.com, and my Facebook page is facebook.com/joshmorningstarmusic.
Josh Morningstar Music, folks. Josh Morningstar here on the Highwaywoman Radio Show. Want to encourage you to get a copy of the EP. How can they do that?
joshmorningstar.com.
All right.
It'll be available on iTunes and all those places middle of November.
Middle of November. All right. Perfect timing.
Sweet.
Great. And so, folks, you can go to all digital retailers and get your copy of Josh Morningstar's From the Top to the Bottle EP. You can check out his website and Facebook page. Again, is facebook.com/Josh Morningstar Music or joshmorningstar.com. Now, we are not finished with Josh. We're going to take a little break here on the Highwaywoman Radio Show, and we're going to welcome Mr. JB Beverley, who's been a guest on the show in the past. And JB is also here in Nashville. We all did a show together last night, and we're all headed to Altamont, Tennessee to do a festival. And we're going to have JB sit in with Josh and do a little picking. I might join him for a little bit. We're going to see what happens here on the show, so don't go anywhere. In the meantime, since we all played with our favorite hero and artist last night, Mr. Billy Don Burns, why don't you pick a Billy Don song that we'll play right now, and then we'll come back and get JB to join us.
How about That's All Right?
That's All Right, from Billy Don Burns' brand new album, Nights When I'm Sober, Portrait of a Honky-Tonk Singer. This is Bridget London, and we'll be right back. And we're back here on the Highwaywoman Radio Show. Welcome back, folks. This is Bridget London, and we have been talking with Josh Morningstar, Joshua or Josh. Either way you like it, he says. And I want to remind you all to go to joshmorningstar.com to check out his website, and also facebook.com/joshmorningstarmusic for his Facebook, for his new EP that he's got out. And looky who we got here joining us now. Well, my God, it's Mr. JB Beverley, folks. So JB was in town to do the show with us last night. We're all headed to Altamont, Tennessee for the Outlaws and Icons charity ride and concert. And since JB is here, we're going to have him do some singing with us. How you doing, JB?
I'm well, Bridget. Thanks for having me back.
You bet. You bet. Hey, glad to have you back on the show. We had you on the show earlier in the year.
Like February, I think.
Yep, and we're talking about some new music of yours, and I would love. Now, you and Josh are you doing a lot on the? Is this the first time you've been on the road together? How'd you
Yeah.
guys meet? So,
I was a huge fan of his music. And, I mean, huge fan of his music. So I reached out to him, and him being down to earth, nice, kind person that he is, struck up friendship.
No, man, you may want to get your head checked.
so you guys just struck up a friendship from that, and have you been doing some shows together?
Yeah, this is the first time we've done a little miniature run, but it's been a lot of fun. We get along real good, and I love Josh's music a lot, and I think he's definitely doing something, and his gal Tess is pretty awesome too, so I'm having a good time just, with these two. We're like the toxic triplets.
Hi, Tess. Josh's wife, Tess. Everybody say hi, Tess.
Hi, Dad.
So, can I talk you guys maybe into doing something together? How do you feel about that?
Be happy to.
What would you like to do?
Well, I got a new record coming out on Rusty Knuckles Music called Strip to the Root.
Yeah.
And, we'll do one off of Strip. This is one that nobody's heard yet. I mean, a lot of folks have heard Disappearing Online and a couple of the other cuts that I've posted, but this will be a fresh one for folks.
Awesome. What's it called?
It's called When I Can Make You Mine. Josh, you going to back me up, right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... Pretty brown-eyed woman, where are you at tonight? I'm sitting here in silence, and I see the first light. I'm staring at your letters as I feel the sunrise, and wipe away another day with them teardrops in my eyes. I said it ain't much a thing if my phone don't ring. Yeah, girl, I'll be alright. I'm just missing you, sitting around with the blues. Ain't feeling good tonight, but I'll be a happy man when I can make you mine. That pretty black-haired woman, I recall the first time I put my arms around you and how it felt so right. I fell for you so hard, girl, I didn't have no choice. But how I miss that pretty smile and the sweet sound of your voice. I said it ain't much a thing if my phone don't ring. Yeah, girl, I'll be alright. I'm just missing you, sitting around with the blues. Ain't feeling good tonight, but I'll be a happy man when I can make you mine. Yeah, pretty tattooed woman with the satin skin, where have you laid your head tonight? Are you safe and all tucked in? I'm staring at the rising sun through an endless night. And can we rise and take it home? Girl, can we win this fight? I said it ain't much a thing if my phone don't ring. Yeah, girl, I'll be alright. I'm just missing you, sitting around with the blues. Ain't feeling good tonight, but I'll be a happy man when I can make you mine. Yeah, I'll be a happy man when I can make you mine. Yeah, and I'll be a happy man when I can make you mine. Thanks, man. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Wow, great song.
Thank you.
Man, you guys sound great together too.
Appreciate
That's
it.
beautiful. Love the song. I can't wait till your record comes out, man.
Thanks.
When do we have a date?
Yeah, the distributors had to push it up. It was going to be the 22nd of this month of October, but it's going to be November 22nd. It ships worldwide on Rusty Knuckles Music, and it's a different one. You know, it's like it's
Can't wait.
not a Wayward Drifters album. It's not strictly old school honky tonk. I mean, there's some country on there, but there's some folk. There's some, you know, foot stomp and rock and roll. You know, there's all kinds of stuff going on in this album. You know, the old time. You know, it's really a mixed bag. It's a buddy of mine is a filmmaker made the comment. He said, "This ain't an album, man. This is the soundtrack to the last few years of your life because it's so eclectic and
Cool.
You know, but yet it's all me. So it's strange. I don't think I could ever make a record like this one twice. You know."
Wow. Well, I'd love to have you back on the show when it comes out, and we'll feature the album.
Be happy to. Thank you.
Would definitely love that. And I love your music. I play actually, you were nice enough to give me an exclusive of the Disappear on Down the Line track. You know, I play that not every show, but almost. Cause,
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love it. I love it a lot. And I was wondering if we could talk into doing it, if you were in the mood. If not, that's okay.
I'll do it if Josh stays here and backs me up.
I definitely will. I'd be honored.
You know, the thing about this song is that it's so, and this thing, Josh and I were talking about this earlier, the depth of the honesty of it, and in one way or another, we've all been there that in some way, and it's such a purely, this is a Hank song, you know, this is from the core, in my opinion. You know, and I mean, if you don't feel like playing it, that's cool.
No,
But
I'm happy to. I'm happy to.
Because I think that every time somebody hears that and it echoes in them, just like, you know, some of Hank's music is just devastating, but it still makes us feel better, doesn't
I appreciate that
Right?
because to
You
even
know?
be remotely thrown in with the likes of him in that comparison, that means the world to me. And I mean that the truth is with this song though, I mean I really did write it at the lowest moment of my life. That's no BS. I mean
Yeah.
I'd gone through a really harsh breakup and just all family problems and, you know, friends having problems, and a couple of buddies of mine died within a couple of months, and I've been going to more funerals. And I mean, it was one of those patches in my life where I was seeing old friends, but it was always at funerals, and you know, my house was half empty because my lady had left, and you know, all this weird stuff. And for the first time ever, I didn't know if I wanted to be here anymore. I'd never been that way,
Really?
you know, my whole life. I mean, I fought off depression, but no worse than the average unmedicated person, you know. So, but I with this whole time period, I mean, this song and the song Stripped to the Root, I wrote them on the same night, and I always say they're the two songs that saved my life. That made me fight because I was losing. And but yeah, if you want to hear it, I'll do it for you.
Absolutely, and maybe it'll do the same for someone listening.
I hope so. That's why I decided
That's
to
why.
release it. You know, it's I've gotten a lot of good feedback on this song.
Thank
and,
you, JB.
If it means something to any one of you all, then God bless. All right. You ready, bud?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Sitting in this cold, dark house, alone once again, with them four wide walls of silence and the voices in my head. I turned off the porch light, I turned off the phone, and I'm gonna drink myself all the way into the unknown. Missing you, baby, wishing you were by my side, but that bottle's laying in your spot, taking your place for the night. Well, I wake up empty, will I wake up at all? I'm gonna put these next words down for you before I take this fall. Care to join us, Bridget? All right. Now, woman, I love you, but them demons got me now. I'm reaching out for you as they're dragging me down. Maybe tomorrow holds you, and it'll all be just fine if I don't disappear on down that line. Picking on this old guitar, it used to get me through, and it's kept me oh so close to God, but so damn far from you. And for all these miles, I've picked up some battle scars, and now I've shouted to the heavens, can you hear me from afar? Woman, I love you, but them demons got me now. I'm reaching out for you as they're dragging me down. Maybe tomorrow holds you, and it'll all be just fine if I don't disappear on down that line. I hear the old train whistle blowing through this town, and I sure hope by the morning this old boy is still around. Didn't want you to worry, for now they haven't won, and so I'll leave you with these last few words and quit staring at my gun. Now, woman, I love you, but them demons got me now. I'm reaching out for you as they're dragging me down. Maybe tomorrow holds you, and it'll all be just fine if I don't disappear on down the line. Thanks for singing that with me. That was great.
Oh, love that song so much. What a treat to have both JB Beverley and Josh Morningstar on the show, and actually to do the show with them last night. You know, the whole point of doing this show is this right here, you know, being able to bring this kind of music out. I'm so grateful to all you stations and all you folks who are out there listening and that support the show around the world, not just in the United States. We're on the only English-speaking station in Belgium. How cool is that?
Oh, I love
It's
Belgium.
kind of bizarre.
I've had some great shows in Belgium.
That's cool. I've never been there, so awesome.
Belgium's
Say hi to
wonderful.
Belgium.
Hi, Belgium. I miss your beer.
You want the beer? I want the chocolate.
I got to stay away from the chocolate, but I will tear down some Belgian beer.
You know what I would love to do a song with all three of us together. Well, we kind of just did, but let's do a honky tonk song.
All right.
Okay.
Anybody got a suggestion what we could do? What one should we do? JB?
Oh, I don't know. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Got a guy with a pretty voice singing.
Sounds like a plan.
So today I passed you on the street, and my heart fell at your feet. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Somebody else stood by your side, and he looked so satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Go ahead, bro.
A picture from the past came slowly stealing as I brushed your arm and walked so close to you. And then suddenly I got that old time feeling if I'm still in love with you.
Wrap it around.
It's hard to know another's lips have kissed you and held you close the way I used to do. Heaven only knows how much I miss you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you.
I can't help it
If I'm still
in love.
Never sang it that high before. Wow. That was awesome. I love singing with you guys. You're so great, man.
That was fun.
That was wonderful. So now, JB, before we go, let's tell everybody where they can find out more about your touring schedule and what you got coming up.
JBBeverley.com, and that's Beverley. I always joke that my family's Scottish, not English. The last E was free, and we kept it. But yeah, JBBeverley.com, and I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and stuff, and I answer all my own mail and inquiries, and yeah, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. And I'm ugly enough to remember.
I'll attest to that.
And you guys got anything coming up you want to share with our listeners? Any shows or anything you want to tell people about?
After you, sir.
In
I have all
late
kinds
November, December, we've got just full touring schedule, lots of stuff going on. Just people can go to websites and get some info that way.
Actually, yeah, the rest of the year I'm going to be homebound after I get back from this trip. Next year I'll be touring pretty heavily behind both strips of the route and some stuff with the Wayward Drifters. I also got a side project, a new rock and roll band I'm starting with Rory Kelly, which will be pretty cool. And I'm always doing something. So yeah. What about you, man?
Josh?
I'm always doing something too. After we head back home, we're back home in Maryland next week, and then West Virginia, and then we head back to Raleigh, North Carolina, to play Spittlefest November the 14th. After that, we leave and head to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then yeah, we're all over the place, man. And then December, doing a run with Billy Don Burns. Really looking forward to that.
Woo! All right, very cool. So I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for being here, also for being part of the show last night. I want to tell folks there is a weekly series here in Nashville every Thursday night at the National Underground from 6 to 10 p.m. It is free, and artists amazing as this, as you're hearing, are there. So if you're coming through Nashville, make sure you come and visit me down there on Thursday nights. And also keep track, again, that was JB Beverley, BEVERLEY.com, JOSHMorningstar.com, and get their music, folks. You'll want it, trust me. Thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Bridget London, and this has been the Highwaywoman Radio Show.
Now there she goes, the highwaywoman, and she's brought music to your soul, and moves along, she moves along.